Getting some breaking news right now on Ford, and for that, we'll head to Phil LeBeau. Phil?
Carl, there is a shakeup at the top of Ford Motor Company. Jim Hackett, who has been CEO and president of the company since May of 2017, is retiring October 1st. Taking over on October 1st will be Jim Farley, who is the COO of the company. This is a move that had been widely expected. The timing is a bit of a surprise. Nobody was quite sure when this would happen, but it's not a surprise that Jim Farley is taking over for Jim Hackett. This is a company that under Hackett has not been able to turn itself around. Hackett was brought in. He was a board member. Previously, he had done a great job at Steelcase, the office furniture company in Michigan. And when he came in, he said, look, we're going to transform Ford, get it ready for the future, for autonomous vehicles, for electric vehicles. That hasn't happened. Ford has been mired in really not making the moves that it's needed to make since 2017. They're starting to change that a little bit, some of that because of the moves that Jim Farley has made as COO. He becomes the CEO effective October 1st, and the marching orders are pretty clear. Transform this company, get ready for a future with electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles at some point, not immediately, but at some point. But guys, this is the most interesting stat that I can find. If you go back over the last, 20 years, 19 years, only one CEO at Ford, Alan Mulally, posted a positive gain in Ford shares. There you see Hackett's performance since May of 2017, down 38%, similar to what we saw from Mark Fields. And when Bill Ford ran the company, 2001 to 2006, they were down 50%. We're going to hear from Hackett and Farley on a conference call in just a little bit. But, guys, this is not a surprise that Ford is finally pulling the trigger and saying, okay, it's time for Jim Farley to see what he can do to transform Ford.
Well, Phil, I got to tell you, I think this is a welcome move. And one of the things I really like about Farley is he actually looks at the stock price. I have found the others have typically said, listen, I don't want to pay attention to the spot. No, forget it. You got to pay attention when your stock's down this much. And he and his wife personally bought $1 million worth of Ford in June. He seems like that he is motivated by the stock price, which is something, I guess, it hasn't seemed like the other CEOs have been since Alan.
He's not only motivated by the stock price, Jim, but he is also somebody who is very familiar with what has to happen within the auto industry. The knock on Jim Hackett when he came in is, okay, well, he was on the Ford board. It's not like he didn't understand some of the auto business, but there was never a vision. You would talk with executives within Ford, and they would say, you go to these meetings, he would start with these stories. Let me tell you a story. This is what's going to happen. And the company has been drifting, largely drifting over the last 2 or 3 years. Jim, it would not be uncommon on a conference call with analysts that you would hear an analyst say, what's the story? What's the game plan? And when you have analysts openly saying that, and look, we all know that people say that, and you may have people make those comments about executives, but they were openly questioning him on some of these conference calls. This is a company that has been way too slow to transform itself, and that's going to be a challenge for Jim Farley. It's not like he comes in and they are, really cooking right now. They've got some nice momentum, especially they've got the Mustang Mach-E coming. The Bronco is going to be a hit when it comes out. And the F-Series, it's the best-selling vehicle in the world for 37 straight years. So it's not like they have nothing in the stable. So he's going to have to build off of that.